Hey, everybody. Welcome to the most recent episode of ecoGirlChat. I'm Jen, got Jodi from ecoprintQ here in a lovely blue blouse today. Hi, Jodi. And
Hi.
today's interview is actually Kara Sheftel, and she is from Boston Document Systems, one of our favorite partners to work with over here at ecoprintQ, pushing paper cut and our other products. We love working with you, Kara.
Hey,
I
Kara.
love working with you all. It's so
Welcome.
good. Your products are awesome and they've really made me successful over the last 6 years. I can tell you that you all are changing the way people are doing business and you're bringing incredible security and the way that you're moving documents and information, which by the way is how businesses are valued, is their information. Well, how you're doing that through organizations and making it secure and accessible is absolutely incredible. So it's a really easy sell.
Aw, thank you so much, Kara. Yeah, I appreciate
They
that
didn't
little
even pay
plug
me to
there.
do that.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say I'll give you the $5 later.
Yeah. We got
Kara,
some kettle
maybe.
corn we can send. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I have kettle corn. Always kettle corn. If you don't mind, Kara, could you give a little intro of yourself of what you do over at BDS?
Sure. So I started in the industry 6 years ago and I was specifically doing sales.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely love technology. I am neurodivergent, and so technology is one of my special interests. And then it just became so much so that when BDS acquired my previous company, they're like, whoa, she knows stuff. So they transitioned me into a sales engineering role. And so I get to do incredible pre sales assessments where I get to go out and meet all kinds of businesses, really break down their entire workflow about every piece of information and how it flows through the channels of their businesses, and then curate these really incredible packages that are fully customized just for them because we're an independent dealership, and just make it all work. And I've had people cry. Like that's my favorite. Like when they cry tears of relief because you put in the right thing. Like
That's
Yes.
it's
awesome.
awesome.
I
That
love
is.
that. I feel like I want to start my own
Yes.
company right now just so I can have you come in and curate solutions for me, Kara. Like,
Let's go.
I don't
Let's
know what my
go.
company's going to be, but I'm starting it.
Yeah.
So actually, we have a couple questions for you, Kara. I hope you don't mind. We're thinking like 4 or 5, maybe, if that's all right.
Whatever
Okay.
works for you, I'm in.
Okay. On every Eco Girl Chat video, we always ask, we're always curious. We want to know who or what inspires you.
Who inspires me? Okay, so really the people that inspire me are people who have overcome. And the way that you tell that story is by not buying into shame. So the people that inspire me the most are people who are shameless, people who have decided, I'm going to give you my personal good, bad, ugly, and just share themselves in a brave way. I think about people who have endured an assault or have endured um, like a miscarriage. Those are all things as women that we're kind of told that are so painful that we're supposed to put them down. But the more people that share about them, the less others feel alone. So those
Absolutely.
people who are shameless, those are my heroes. They inspire me.
I love that.
Love it.
Okay. So how do you inspire others? Are you shameless?
I am absolutely shameless. I do not buy into shame at all. Like what you see is what you get. But mostly I find that I do my best work one on one and I do it by reminding people who they are, especially as women. There aren't a lot of opportunities in our personal lives where we hear our own name. So,
Mhm.
Oh,
especially my friends who are like stay-at-home moms, they hear mom all day and they hear
Yeah.
babe all day, but they don't hear their names. And so, one of the things that I do is make sure I reach out to them and I say their name again and again because that's that's the first tie to your core identity is your name and remembering who you are in terms of yourself and not in terms of a relationship that you've cultivated.
ooh, I love that.
Yes.
I have a social media channel. That's one of the things that I do is I have people leave a comment and if they need to hear their names, I say their names.
Oh,
And so I have a whole series of just saying hundreds of people's names and just checking in with them.
I'm trying to think back
that's
through all my
wow.
communication with you, and I feel like you're always like, "Hello, Jennifer."
I do. I do because when you are fortunate enough to have a balance where you get to both work inside your home and outside of your home. You get to hear your name in a professional setting. No one is calling you babe at work. Nobody's calling you mom at
Right.
work.
I
Like
hope not.
you're not,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
you're not getting a nickname where it's working outside of the home. You're able to like dial into yourself again. And I think that's why so
Mhm.
many women find so much value in sharing about their careers and their
Yeah.
professional life, because again, that's the one thing that's tied to them, that's for
Yes.
themselves. It's kind of
Right.
interesting.
I love that.
Absolutely. You have shared so much already, and it's amazing. I love it. But what is the best piece of advice that you've been given that really resonated with you?
Oh, so this has been consistent for years, and this came out of high school. I was once told, don't take advice from someone you wouldn't trade places with. So
Oh, yes.
if somebody's offering love advice, but you don't want their relationship, you can just throw that out the window. If someone is offering advice on how to be the best mom, but like you wouldn't trade their relationship with their kids for anything, no, thank you. So just really owning your position in your place. And you can certainly listen to other people, but I'm only accepting advice from people who have a situation or space that I would strive to achieve. So that is by far the best piece of advice, and it has been a compass through my entire existence.
I love
That's
that.
really a different lens to look at it through. I
Yes.
love that.
I'm already loving this interview. I have just a couple more questions, Kara, if you don't mind. I'm curious about what gets you excited for life.
The little things, the tiniest things. So in 2018, in my family, we lost 22 people in 24 months. And I will tell you that that shifts your entire existence. The things that you thought were important very rapidly become very unimportant. Things where you are focusing your energy, everything kind of shifts. And so the real guiding factor for me was I was writing my father's eulogy and I was trying to think about the things that meant the most to me. And it wasn't the memories of the big vacations. It wasn't the memories of the big parties, the big events, the big presents. The moment that really summed up my relationship with my father was bobbing in the ocean and just being a small child in the arms of this strong, sure man. And I could remember the feeling of my tiny hand on his big back. And that was the moment that mattered. And it was such a small thing. And so now with my kids, I build the little things, whether it's we do Friday night porch parties at my house where every Friday, like we just put on a couple songs and we dance, and like anyone who's around in the neighborhood can come over. And it's very just like whatever. There's no planning. It just like kind of happens. Or, you know, we do silly things like we'll get home from a shopping trip and it's hot. We go jump in the pool with our clothes on. Like, why
That's
wait?
awesome. I love
You
it.
know,
Do it? Oh,
why
that's
wait? Like,
yeah.
I can dry pants. Who cares? Like, I will
Yep.
make a fool of myself to make anyone else's day happy. I will create my own embarrassment to diminish somebody else's. Like, it's those little things, those little moments that just really make all the difference. I would go back to a messy face kiss like in a second because it all goes so fast, so fast. And I just take the time to savor it as it comes, because that load of laundry is going to be there later. That dish is
Mhm.
going to be in the sink later. But you know what? The fact that my 15-year-old wants to give me a hug, oh, I'm soaking that in right now because we
Right?
don't know when our last one is.
Oh my gosh.
Somebody
I
else will clean up the dishes
Absolutely.
if I'm dead.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
right. I hate thinking about that, the last one thing. I read a quote like that years ago, or I feel like it was in, do you guys remember Chicken Soup for the Teenage Soul? Or like those
Yes.
books. I feel like maybe it was like an expert in one of those where it was like, you never know when it's gonna be the last hug, the last, you never know. And I can't even think about those things. Makes me all
Oh, that
Do you remember
totally
that?
reminds me. There used to be a quote that as a mom, you do not know the last time that you put your child down.
Oh,
or the last
yeah.
time you picked them up and put them down. You don't know when
Yeah.
that last time is. That is so
Yes.
powerful.
What's
Yeah.
funny is we spend so much of like parenthood getting ready for the first that we forget to
Yes.
savor what could be the last. So we're always so forward thinking to like what's coming up next that we're missing the little bit. I had my cousin, God bless her, she saw me going insane trying to keep a messy house clean. And they always say like brushing it, like keeping your house clean with kids is like brushing your teeth with Oreos. It's just not going to happen. Like, and she gave me this sign and it said, "Excuse this mess, memories are being made."
Oh,
And I was
yes.
like, okay,
Yes.
I can get over the fact that like my counter isn't wiped down like in order to like go do whatever it is. Like
Yes.
Yeah.
like who cares? Like
Exactly.
forgive
Mhm.
yourself for
Yes.
something that is like an unrealistic standard.
Yeah, it's so hard. And I know we're recording this video for social media in a way, but it's just darn social media.
Yeah.
I'm like an
No,
old millennial where I'm like, I see all these
no,
typos.
no. Here's the other thing. Here's the other thing that we forget about. Like, so we have this fear that like something's going to happen to our kids. So we don't send them outside by themselves anymore.
Mm.
But like when I was a kid, I was a feral child. I was not allowed to be I was not allowed to be inside our house from 8 to the street lights came
Yes,
on
Yep.
when I
same.
was
Yep.
a kid. So like of course my mom's house was clean. Nobody
Right.
was in it.
Right.
Like
Yes. So
Yes.
can we
true.
just like give ourselves some space there? Like
Yep.
our parenthood has changed all along. Now, let's be real too. Like you go back a decade before that, those women were clean because they weren't allowed to have the privilege of having these conversations at work with a headset
Yeah.
on and like call
Yes.
people. Like it was different and by the way couldn't have a bank account. Like,
Oh, I know.
you know,
Right.
things are progressing with that progressing and trying to have it all. Like we're having
Yeah.
the wrong things.
Okay,
Yeah.
final one. What's a life lesson that you had to learn the hard way?
Oh, sweet
Yeah.
cheese.
I
Okay.
know, ending with a boom.
Yeah. Okay. So for me, the thing that was hardest to learn was that the banquet of life exists. And for a long time, I felt content or only worthy enough being on my hands and knees picking up the crumbs off the floor. When there was a seat ready for me, all I had to do was get up off my hands and knees and accept it. And the best part is and nobody tells you this is that in the process of learning that and accepting your worth and your space at that banquet of life, you're able to help other people get up off the floor too. And it is the most rewarding thing to surround yourself with the people that you value and you love,
Mhm.
to share the meal and the beauty that is life and to just let the rest go. It's everything.
Jodi, is
That's
she in the
beautiful.
wrong field right now?
I know. I feel
I
like
know.
these are life lessons that need to be shared with the world because really, Kara, the things that you are saying, I think a lot of us have our own insecurities or have thought about, especially that place at the table. And it doesn't have to be work. It can be
Yeah.
in your families, in your friends circles, in your community, the things that you are doing. And so I think that your zest and the way that you share things with people is just amazing, and I hope it resonates with any man or woman, child or adult that may come across our little podcast here, because I think your spirit is amazing. So
I think
thank
so
you for
too.
sharing with us.
When we
You're
started
so
the
And
welcome.
channel, we just wanted people to be inspired, and I feel like with your interview, people are gonna rewatch this. This is not just a one-time video. I think people are gonna save it and circle back
yeah,
to it when they need a little bit of inspiration or like, that come to myself moment or whatever you wanna call
Yay!
it.
Yeah.
That's one of the beauties of technology, right? Is that we're able to capture these things and bring them back around. We're able to
Share.
savor through
Yeah.
technology. We're able to share through technology. And it's really, really special. And I'm hoping that I can see that some of these things resonated with the two of you. And one of the questions that I often ask people is, what's bringing you joy right now? And if you're having a hard time answering that question, then it's time to savor. Find something to savor, whether it is like the warmth from a mug, whether it is like the coldest glass of water. Find a tiny thing to savor and reset whatever that is and let it go, because you're worthy. You're worthy of taking 3 seconds to savor something good. And it only takes one tiny thing like that for you to be able to snowball and bring something more and remember what it feels like to have something good.
I just savored the final moments of this interview, and it felt very nice.
I was going to say, this is the best part of my day today, because with all of the running, and then to come here and with you ladies and have this conversation, like this absolutely is the highlight. That I'm very thankful for this today.
Yes. Thank you, Kara. Thank you so much for letting us interview you for our ecoGirlChat people. We like to say our ecoGirlChat world audience, whoever they are outside watching this. I know they're going to enjoy the little pieces of you they get during this interview. And hopefully, maybe in the future, you'll allow us to do an interview number 2. Would that be
You
okay?
got it.
Awesome. Maybe once a year. Once a year.
Do it. Do it.
There we go.
Thank you. I
can
felt
reunite.
so incredibly touched that you guys reached out for this. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes,
and
thank you.
Yeah, everyone in ecoGirlChat land, I hope that you really love this interview with Kara, and please stay tuned next month for our new interview. It's going to be with another partner. We're not going to announce anybody, but please stay tuned for that. We'll see if they can top Kara. It's going to be hard.
There we go.
We
now
don't put each other in competition. I'm ready to support our next interview. I can't wait to see it.
Great answer. Thanks, everybody.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.